What up, gents? I'm heading northbound in the old tow rig today. Got the trailer hooked up behind me. Our mission is, well, we're going to pick up Project Sheepfinder 3.0.
We might go take this thing for a rip, because, you know, you got to really test drive it. Well, cheers then. Around here, they're never the prettiest welds. Stage 1, weight reduction, complete. I dubbed the Goldfinder. It's probably a terrible idea. The yard sale of things really amuses me. That's what 800 bucks for the fun gets you.
Got a message on the old Facebook page from a guy who watches the channel all the time by the name of James. And he said he's got too many projects and asked me if I wanted to buy his Nissan Pathfinder. And obviously, if anybody ever messages me and asks if I want to buy their Nissan Pathfinder or their Dana 300, the answer is obviously yes. So we're gonna go check out this Jelly Bean Nissan Pathfinder. It's the R50. It's a 2001 model, so it's different than the Sheepfinder and the Pathmaker. I'm envisioning welding the rear and seeing how good this thing can wheel. We don't need to keep this one insured, so it's gonna be some full throttle fun. There's an unwritten rule somewhere that says you should never buy a car in the dark, you should never buy a car in the rain. Well, thankfully, we're not going to buy a car, we're going to buy a turbomobile. And who cares what the weather's like?
Sweet, well, let's check this thing out. We might go take this thing for a rip, because, you know, you got to really test drive it. Ooh, those are not bad looking tires though. The old Jelly Bean. So it's 2001 with a VQ 35. So it's a 3.5 liter with 245 horsepower instead of like the 180 that I got in the Pathmaker. Let's take a look at this beauty. Oh, it's got lots of good stuff. She's a beaut. Yeah, well, nice to meet you anyways. Okay,
it's a dream.
Cheers.
Yeah, I've been this as you see it right now, watching your videos.
Yeah, I've never owned the Jelly Bean freaking Pathfinder. So my buddy Mike, who's the big Nissan guy, like we were talking about the motor. If it was a VG33,
yeah,
then it could bolt right into the Pathmaker. I'd take my heads off and put it on there, but it's not. This one's the VQ, so this actually has 245 horsepower. So I'd have to do the whole wiring harness and the motor if I wanted to put it in the Pathmaker.
No, exactly. It's not really a road rig, but it's great to party with. Like you say, it's not mint at all. I'm not trying to rip anybody off. I don't want to see it die in a scrapyard when it could be a party car, right? I'm leaving you the aux cord so you can do the bush party.
Oh, she's a beaut. She definitely sounds worse than Sheepfinder. Be clean though.
It broke there. I welded it back on, but it's still very broken.
Oh yeah.
The manifold, so it's pretty fun.
It's a little frappy.
Yeah.
Well, let's go for a rip then.
Sure.
Go for a short little rip.
Man, I like your rear view mirror.
Thank you. Yeah. That was the phone mount so that I could have the Bluetooth going.
That's jammy.
She'll party, you know.
Yeah, we'll up here a little bit.
There is a tree down up here, and this will clear the roof, but the roof racks won't. So you'll probably have to turn around by that tree.
Okay. This is my kind of test drive.
Yeah. There's a pretty good hole on the left side up here.
Oh, she's mint. Wow. Last time I was up here, there was trees all the way along here.
Yeah.
So,
she's the look off now.
yeah, we're doing a lot of logging these days. Somehow we're the bad guys. Just out enjoying
Enjoying the trail, running the rig.
Oh, I didn't expect to do some wheeling today.
Well, what better way to buy a truck than to test her out?
Oh, this is a little bit actually.
She'll go. Just stay right.
I'm already used to the exhaust, I don't mind it. It's not as bad.
I kind of got used to it too. I drove into work for like 3-4 weeks like this.
I hate open rear ends though. Yeah, if I lift the tire, then I'm just gonna start spinning. Whereas you can get away with being a bad driver if you got a welded rear. It's got like more torque than tires can handle.
It had 33s, but I didn't have enough up travel on stock suspension, so I switched to 31s. You know, just testing her out. This is a test drive.
Well, we do have the 3,000 pound winch if there's a problem.
I wouldn't trust it for nothing right now. It needs a mount.
Well, then you're gonna be pushing.
Fair enough.
I don't want to break it before I bought it. Break it and then walk away. Be like, oh, sorry, I've changed my mind.
Well, as long as it's featured in a video, this is already worth it for me.
It'd be sketchy going down there. Don't go right. Oh no, this is tuned suspension.
You're right.
Better
Just
than
beat her.
anything else I own. Oh, I'll bottom out there. Well, having that many pounds of tires and rooms in the back probably doesn't help either.
Yeah, no, there's 5 of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We gotta do some stage 1 weight reduction when we get back to the house with the Sawzall.
I like the sounds of that, honestly.
Not gonna lie, that sound's really growing on me. Sounds really annoying and I love it. Oh, we're going to the right, which is actually the opposite direction. Gotta make sure I can do donuts. See, this is why you should never actually let me go on a test drive alone. If I want to buy it, then I kind of got to test drive it, right?
That's exactly it.
Oh, this seems like fun. It's exactly what I need in my life. More junky metal. More Nissan products. I even told myself that the next Sheepfinder project was going to be a domestic, but I guess I lied to myself. Never owned a gold Pathfinder either.
First Goldfinder?
Yeah.
Well, cheers then.
Thank you so much, man.
No worries.
I'm glad that it's not getting crushed just yet and she's gonna get to party a little bit.
James is a super nice dude. That was a fun test drive. We took her for a little boogie there. Seems like a worthwhile project. As always, a big shout out and a big thank you to the guys on my Patreon channel. It's because of you guys and because of the patrons that I can do the trips to Vancouver and road trip rock crawling and do things like, well, buy this thing and smash it up. So as always, everybody, thank the Patreon guys who are helping fund these ridiculous videos because, well, I literally couldn't do without them. And anyways, it's enough of me blabbing. Let's get her home.
Literally pulled it in off the trailer, parked it. The wife said, "What the hell was that?" when I got back inside. So she's a big fan of the exhaust. But let's check out some highlights of this bad boy. So it looks like there's this bull bar built in behind the stock plastic bumper. Also a 3,000 pound winch. I don't think it's really actually fastened on there by much, apparently, what James was saying. So we'll use that with caution. A light Barbara. Whew. Look, James buddy, you left me $2. Score. So we got ourselves some spare parts of this. We got a couple tie rod ends, some headlights, the old stock stereo. I don't even know what this is. Ball joint. Mint. For 800 bucks? Well, we better go have 800 bucks fun with it. I don't want to leave glass on the trail or anywhere. And well, we probably got to do stage 1 weight reduction. So let's pull the hatch off and the doors off because where we're going, we don't need no doors. This thing, of course, is a unibody. So I gotta think, if I'm gonna cut the back off, that roof, that's a structural tin can. So it has got no frame. So that makes sense. That's why I've never owned one of these Jelly Bean Pathfinders before. But the other thing we're gonna do, even though it's a 2001, it's got the exact same rear diff as in the Sheepfinder 2.0. So we're going to pull the rear diff out, weld it up. I'm not going to bore you with watching it. If you want to know how to do that, go look at my channel. I'll put the link up, how to do it in Sheepfinder number 1. 12 mil. crack these bad boys. Leave one bolt half-ass in there so it doesn't fall on my head again. Tin snips is probably the best way to cut electrical wires, right? That's fun, the door just locked on me. It's a lot heavier than I expected. Man. Oh yeah. Stage 1 weight reduction complete. Well, not only do we have the through door glove compartment winch controls with power wire this big, but the 3,000 pound winch is just held on there with one bolt. And then look at these, look at this. Oh, James, I gotta shame you a little bit. Look at these buttes. So I don't know what we really welded on there, but that's one sketchy front bumper. Typically when you buy a $800 Turbomobile, you don't even bother climbing underneath because you don't really want to know what you're gonna see. But I see why the exhaust is so loud, because well, that's the collector right there. But look at some of this welding attempt here. Oh, James buddy, you need to work on your penetrations. That's mint. So we got some beauty exhaust work back here. So we're probably gonna fix that up because well, it's a little bit loud. Before I forget, my homeboy Brian sent something to the PO box the other day. I have absolutely no idea what it is he sent me. He just said it was something he keeps seeing in my videos that I badly needed, so he hooked me up. Brian, hook a brother up. Well, we're not gonna say what Brian does for work, but something tells me that's where these bad boys came from. And the best part is Brian doesn't even know that I lost my goddamn chainsaw tool the other day when we were trail clearing. Oh, Sean. Because, well, I taped it on like this, thinking I was super clever, and had it in there like that, and then I guess it must have got snagged on a branch and took off on me. So this one, well, I put a piece of tape over the end of it, so at least I always have it with me. Mint, brother. So we got two more things on the list, which is fix the exhaust and weld the rear end. While I got this thing on the ground, I'll explain to you one of the reasons why I'm such a fan of Nissan Pathfinders. This is the Nissan H223B rear end, which means that it's 233 millimeters ring gear, which is 9 1/4 inch ring gear and 30 spine axles. So it's a pretty decent stout stock diff for this sort of jackassery. You're ridiculous. Around here, they're never the prettiest welds, but when you weld them up like that, they sure aren't going anywhere. I always hear people saying, oh, they break, you know, welded rears, they break. Really? How's that gonna break? It's gonna be fine. Diff's back in, and I figured before I went anywhere, I should maybe drag out the sparkle machine and sparkle some more sparkle on there. Because, James, those are some terrible welds. You think I ground them off, clean it up? No, I just added some more welds on top. So hopefully that's not going to break off. Let's fire this thing up, see what it sounds like. God damn it, pause, the battery's dead. Throw the old battery charger on there. Oh, there she goes. It's definitely not great. But it's not that bad, really, compared to what it used to be. Considering how half-assed I fixed that exhaust. Well, that sounds better than it did before. Well, that means the next thing on the list is going and bagging on this old girl. This is gonna be fun. I come out this morning and fire this thing up, take it for a rip, and the world's smallest battery is dead. So let's go grab another battery from the shop, throw it in, take this thing for a little bit of a welded rear test drive. One more important thing before we get going is, well, I dubbed thee the Goldfinder. Mint. Let's go wheeling. She's frappy as hell. We have almost every light on the dash. Hope we don't run out of fuel. No idea how much is in it, but this is the yard anyways. So the whole point, welding the rear, so that we can drive up stuff like this in a relatively stock Nissan Pathfinder. Psh, ain't no thing. Now we're gonna go down there. It's probably a terrible idea, but I'm full of terrible ideas. I've never driven anything but the Pathmaker down here before, so it's gonna be fine. Also, never having owned an R50 before, man, these things have terrible steering. So maybe some of you Nissan R50 fans can learn me about that, but no, we're already stuck. That's a... Oh! I think we're past though. We are off to a terrible start. Oh, you should take it easy on your vehicle. Oh, look. I guess I left that there. I think we're stuck on something. Let me just check here. Well, that's a problem. Oh no. I think we just found out how much gas we have. Ah, what a lame video. God damn it. Oh, somebody left a stupid stump there. That somebody is me. We're supposed to go down there and down there. But I do believe we ran out of fuel and we thundered both front fenders already. We are doing great. Oh, look at that door frame. Perks of my house being right up there. That, you don't need to worry about that. It's nothing quite like the walk of shame. Let's go get some gas and a high lift and let's unstick this problem. I'm sure there's gonna be some Karens in the comments saying, oh, why are you wrecking that Pathfinder? Why are you wrecking that forest? Well, because it's my forest and it's my Pathfinder. So I'm gonna do what I want with my things, and you can do whatever you want with your things. Let's unstick this. This right here is why stock seatbelts suck. Because I'm on this angle, they don't let the seatbelt out. So I guess we're doing this without seatbelts. Don't worry, we've got the door to keep me in. The plan here is to drive off of this high lift with a little bit of gusto to slide over this stump. Is it gonna work? No idea. Well, my plan was not a good plan, apparently. Oh. Put another 5 liter of coal in this thing, and because maybe it's the angle. I don't want to put a full 20 liters in there because, well, if it's dead, I don't want to waste $40 for the gas. All right, let's see if we can get off this damn thing. Three-wheel drive sucks. Oh, and she's dead again. Just failing at life here. All right. This, kids, is why you don't take a 3-wheel drive car on 31-inch tires into a trail designed by a locked rig on 42s. Plan C, let's move the high lift again. See if we can get us off this goddamn stump. All right, you wanna see a fun and terrifying trick? That right there is why they say high lifts are sketchy. Because it could whack you in the chin. So I threw a couple rocks into there. And we'll see one more time if we can get this goddamn rig off of this goddamn stump. Not mad, just disappointed. Oh, she's gonna go if I can get her to run. There we go. That's solving the problem. Adventure back on. Let's move some cameras and keep this journey on the go. Oh, what a treat. Atta girl. For at least we can put the seatbelt on again. It's part of my problem with wheeling things like this. I'm used to pivoting off the trees. So I do that. Gotta watch out for that thing. That thing is worth like 8 Jeep finders, gold finders. Oh, this is such a bad idea. Funny thing is, I picked this trail because it's the easiest one I got. Apparently, 3-wheel drive, open front end, it's not quite good enough for what we were doing. This rack and Pinto steering is terrible. Now, can we make the corner without hitting that camera is the question. The yard sale of things really amuses me. There's my high lift. There's my skid plate. Overrated. What's this really protecting against? Momentum is key when you're doing this sort of stupidness. Oh no. Don't play that game again. Ain't nobody got time for that game. So we're gonna try to go on the right side of this stump here. Oh, God, do I love cheap shipmobiles. That's the problem. Tells me just gotta hit it faster. Yes, come on! Oh no! Oh, I'm so close. Okay, try number 3. Probably need a bit more of a run at it. Second gear. Send it. Oh! Ow! All right, well, that made me sweaty. That was so much more work than I planned. And it was also a little harder on the Goldfinder than I planned, but that's what 800 bucks for the fun gets you. Nice front bumper there. We're definitely a little harder on this side here with dents all the way along. But hey, good times. Something I noticed while we were doing it, front tires have way more traction than the rear, so we're gonna have to swap those around. And I don't know, I think that was a pretty good test drive for this thing. So let's haul ass back to the shop, wrap this video up, get it up for the Patreon guys, and stay tuned next time where we'll take this thing for a proper shakedown run instead of just me being an idiot in the woods. Stay tuned. Saturday, we're heading wheeling tomorrow with Team Island spec. So we'll get back to your regular programmed jackassery in the woods. Mate guys, see you next Saturday.